Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the rainbow hexane of online electronics shows, Ask an Engineer.
Yeah, that was our first name, but we decided to go with Ask an Engineer.
Electronic hexane is pretty cool, rainbow hexane. It's me, Lady Ada, the engineer here at the Adafruit factory. We do all of our testing, designing, shipping, kitting, and programming of all the electronic goodies that you know and love. With me is Mr. Lady Ada, also wearing all black. And we got an exciting show for you tonight, all sorts of news and new products and videos and tutorials and guides.
A lot of stuff this week.
And even maybe some giveaways and coming soon. All that and more on tonight's show. So tell them what's on tonight's show, Mr. Lady Ada.
On tonight's show, the code is Airlift Shield.
Wow, this is a really
probably
inspired
because
one.
we have a new product that's called Airlift Shield. So use this code, 10% off in the Adafruit store, all the way up to 11:59 p.m. for things like airlift shields.
Including,
you can use
yeah,
Airlift Shield. The
airlift.
only thing you can't use it for is gift certificates and Code Academy courses. We're already sold through for AdaBoxes right now, so that one's not even available if you wanted it to.
Yep, too late.
Too late.
We told ya.
But this code supports us, an open source hardware company here in New York City. Here's
Yay.
a bunch of us.
Yay.
We have no loans, no venture capital. We are fueled by you, the community, and the things that you purchase. But when you purchase, you can save a couple bucks. Show and tell people around the world showing and sharing the projects. Lady Ada will talk about that and more. Some news and videos and more in the world of MakeCode. Some Python on hardware. Time travel. Look around in the world of makers, hackers, artists, and engineers. Help wanted. Some jobs that are available, and people who have skills who want you to know about them so you can hire them. 3D printing, got a sped up video this week. Some made in New York City factory footage. Got some new products. We'll answer your questions. We do that on Discord, adafruit.it/Discord. Go over there and post your questions towards the end of the show. We'll have some very cool top secret. There's a lot of top secret this week.
There's some juicy top secrets.
A trivia question where we'll give something away at the end of the
Free.
show. All of that and more on, you guessed it,
Dun, dun, dun.
Ask an Engineer.
Yes. We are doing this thing.
All right, so in addition to the code, which is Airlift Shield, we have free stuff that we give away on checkout.
Let me put my hoodie on and then we can talk all about this. At $99 or more, you get a free half-size Permaproto breadboard. That's that rectangular white thing. It's about the size and shape of a solderless breadboard. So if you're done prototyping your project, you want to make it permanent, solder it onto the gold-plated FR4 permanent PCB that we will give you with your order, $99 or more. $149 or more, you'll get one of these fabulous iron or sew-on patches. It's summertime. You want to decorate your denim jacket, or maybe your denim backpack, or maybe your denim jeans, or some other thing that has denim. Whatever it is. We've got a selection of badges. We've got about like 15 different badges. You'll get a different one every time you place an order for $149 or more if you have an account, and we'll make sure you get you get one of each. If you check out as a guest, we'll just give you a random one. So that's why you should make an account. We've got all sorts of cool badges from like robotics to Bitcoins to PHP to Tesla coils to all sorts of good stuff. At $199 or more, you get a free UPS ground shipping in the continental U.S. If you're in the 48 states, you will get free trackable insured shipping. It's the highest quality shipping we use in the United States, and it's free with your order. And at $299 or more, you get a free Circuit Playground Express. It's our all-in-one development board. You get LEDs, sensors, buttons, high-powered SAMD21 chip. It can run Arduino, CircuitPython, Code.org CS Discoveries, MakeCode, MakerBlocks, Rust Embedded, TeenyGo, all sorts of stuff. And people love building stuff with our Circuit Playground Express. We've got like 100 different projects and guides, from the beginner to the PhD student. All that when you order from Adafruit.
All right, in the world of shipping, UPS is the way to go in the United States. UPS ground, trackable, reliable, insured, and more. Postal, if you're willing to wait a little bit longer, it's okay. Might be a little cheaper, but not often. And then DHL international sales through
real fast
to get to it.
You get it like next day. In fact, let's talk about that.
Well, in fact, so we hit all of the subscribers possible for AdaBox. Some of the international customers, it shipped on Friday, and they had it on Monday morning. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Okay.
And it was a customs taken care of and all that. So it's good times DHL.
Same day shipping in New York City, which is same day delivery. check out before 11 a.m. if you have a New York City zip code that's supported.
You can get it next day.
Get it
same day. Same day. So when I say next day, same day.
All right, show and tell. People around the world showing and sharing their projects. Lady Ada, what was on?
I was just so shocked by the fact that we had same day shipping. I couldn't believe it.
What projects were in the show and tell, and who was there?
I'll tell you all about it. We had a full house. A lot of people came by, including a whole bunch, Adafruit folks, or the fruiters, I like to call them, showing off projects that they're working on, have published, or are working on. Phil B. Showed off live demo of the Speak and Spell Neo Trellis. He just kind of like got really fixated on the Speak and Spell ROMs that you can play directly through the Arduino audio library. And he got it working with the Neo Trellis M4, so when you press the buttons, it's the Speak and Spell voice, and you can play Speak and Spell. So we thought it'd be really good for like somebody cosplaying of Speak and Spell, right? That's like the most likely use of it. There's also a guide live that if you want to follow along and learn all about the depths of how the Speak and Spell encoded audio. Erin is doing a piece-by-piece project. She's turning a bicycle into a festival bike. She got a new bike, and so her old bike is getting recycled, and she's been posting up the guide. She's posting up new pages every week or so, taking you through the project. So she started painting it. Next up, she's going to add some fiber optics. She loves fiber optics. So if you are going to, Burning Man or some other festival this summer, and you're going to bring your bicycle, you want to decorate it, now's a good time to start and follow along with Erin. She's going to show you all these tips and tricks to getting your bike decked out. Melissa has been on a tear, adding tons of boards to CircuitPython library support. Blinka, which lets you run our CircuitPython library and code on Python 3. She did the Odroid C2 last week and did a guide, and this week she's working on the Dragon board. It's a 96 board from Arrow and I think Qualcomm. It's a very powerful board, but what would really make it more powerful is being able to use our 150 CircuitPython libraries. So keep an eye out for that. It's an exciting board. It's only 1.8 volt logic, but she's going to show you how to do logic level shifting to get all of our sensors working with it. GP is hot off the release of Trash Panda, the video game from last week. He's releasing Trash Panda 2.
The name from the chat, C. Grover said, Trash Panda 2, Garbage Day.
Yeah, that's Garbage Day. True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, so this one is using the light sensor, so you can go hunting for garbage with your Trash Panda pals only at night.
We'll have a video
We'll have a video
shortly,
soon on MakeCode Minute. Nina and Pedro have a video series coming out this summer if you want to make your own all 3D printed light prop sword using the CircuitPython and the Feather M4 and our prop maker wing. And thanks to Katney, who helped a ton with the code as well. It looks cool. It also acts as a flashlight. It's all 3D printed. It looks and sounds great. Scott came by, and wait, what did Scott show?
Scott didn't.
No, Scott didn't show up.
No.
That's why you're right. That's why I said maybe. Forget what I said. My notes were wrong.
Scott will be at Teardown this weekend.
Scott will be at Teardown.
About Crowd Supply.
Yes, if you're going to be in Portland for that's what I put down. Melissa and Scott will be at Crowd Supply. They'll be at Teardown. He's doing a talk on CircuitPython and Game Boy, and Melissa will be doing cool stuff and probably showing off her cool Badger badge. Hopefully everybody has fun and posts up all the cool activities and events occurring because we'll be there as two people. Brent is working on a cursor library so that the Pi Badge and Pi Gamer, which don't have a touch screen, can have a cursor that's controlled with a joystick instead that you can click on stuff. So you'll be able to interact with buttons and UI elements despite not having a touch screen. And speaking of, Bill came by and he's holding a camp for kids this summer, and they built a whole bunch of Pi portals as speech devices. So it's a little handheld, the Pi portal made into a little box, and it runs off a battery for a couple of days. And there's buttons that you can press, and it says words. So it's kind of very simple button-to-speech device, but it's so low cost, and it's like nearly indestructible. So they gave it to a whole bunch of kids, and everyone was just playing around with them and making it say words. And sometimes if they didn't feel like talking, they could use the speech device to help them. And some kids who are nonverbal were also using the speech device as well.
My favorite thing to do is when someone says, "Oh, what is this used for?" Or like, "What do you do at Adafruit?" I just send them videos or links to AT Makers.
And those videos are so cute. Yeah. The kids are like running around with their little like Pi portals and like they're pressing them.
It's just one of those things where not only is someone able to make something that's probably better than an existing expensive device? So the difference is $8,000 versus, maybe $80.
And they said a nice thing was it doesn't run YouTube, so there's no risk of it doing something.
Well, they did have Android tablets, which is not a bad idea, or like old Android phones. But those things, they're computers, so you can kind of do anything with it.
They're constantly updating. The battery life, honestly, on the Android is not that great, and you can't update them.
But the idea that you'd have this, very easy to deploy, easy to use thing that also easy to repair. Your Android tablet breaks, too bad. The PyPortal speech device that you make, well, you've made it so you can repair it. Yeah. So I think especially for assistive tech, the repairability matters a lot more.
Yeah, and I don't even know how you would. I guess you'd have to get an app and run it, and then the app has ads in it. I guess that's very.
Yeah, there's a million ways to use Android because there's millions of these out there.
And there's a million.
It's just like now that's your new job.
Yeah, it's a full-time job.
Is gardening and kind of maintaining these little devices.
Okay, Zen came by. He got a really cool stovetop hat from Goodwill, and he just put some tubing and neopixels in it and a Gemma, and it was kind of like this cyber worm hat. It was cool. It was weird. Asheville, North Carolina is where it's at if you want to dress funky and make Gemma M0 projects. So hopefully he'll come back with more cool, weird projects every week. And Orlando is teaching some junior MakeE students and assigning them electronics projects, which is a good thing to do to MakeE students. Make them do electronics. Electrical engineers are always kind of having to learn about mechanical stuff. So fair is fair. So they're building light reactive circuits and simple timers and using Instructables as a curriculum for them.
Okay.
All right, Trash Panda 2 Garbage Day. The graphics have already dropped. Exciting.
All participants on the show and tell get an As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. Please email support@adafruit.com. If you're a kid, please have a guardian-like entity do that for you. It's part of our Adafruit live series of shows. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., JP is going to be doing JP's workshop. Here's a preview of what he is going to show tomorrow. All right, it's all part of the MakeCode projects, arcade, JavaScript, Python, easy to make, easy to build.
Easiest way to do gaming by far.
Yeah, it's all that's a big chunk of JP show. And on our blog, we just posted up this really cool thing from the folks at MakeCode. We went to this event, and it was the Brooklyn
Fashion.
Yeah, it was the Brooklyn Public Library, and it was Brooklyn Fashion. And you'll need to go, and there's a full video. I was going to try to play it, but it's like 5 or 6 minutes long, so I'm not doing that. But congrats to Microsoft, the MakeCode team. They did a really neat thing with all of these fashion designers. And so I think that if you're looking for what's next in fashion,
yeah, it was either using JackDack and these custom boards, and I think Circuit Playgrounds or similar, to make plug-and-play interactive light up and sensor capable of fashion.
Yeah, and it was Fashion Forward. It was a team from Microsoft Research. They teamed up with designers at the Brooklyn Public Library Fashion Academy to enhance the storytelling power of their garments using custom-made plug-and-play microcontroller technology. We also have another video. This was a little preview from the Trash Panda game from last week, and then we have a MakeCode Minute. So I'm going to play these back to back.
All Trash Panda.
In MakeCode Arcade, I want to show you an extension that I think is super cool, and it's called Button Combination. And the way we get this is we head to Advanced, we head to Extensions. There's an extension called Combos. Once you add that, when you head to the Controllers section, you now have this new section called Combos. And so what I've done is I've grabbed this top one, On Button Combination. So this is very similar to On Button Pressed, which is something we use to do things in games a lot. In fact, I have one right here, On Button Pressed. I'm using it actually to set my animation to idle state. But what the button combination does is super cool. It lets you string together combinations of buttons that the player has to use to perform an action. So if you think of something like Street Fighter 2, if you're going to send a fireball, you know there's a button combination with a joystick that's not just hitting a single button. If you're going to shoot a fireball, it's actually like this little back circle thing, right? So I've set up something like that where a button combination of left, down, right, and up, so left, down, right, up, will perform an action. In this case, it's going to activate the attack animation. So here what I'll do is run the simulator, and now that it's running, if I go left, down, right, up, he's going to start doing this big attack. And then I've actually set it to stop the attack when I hit the A button. And what I wanted to do also is show this to you in practice running on a Pygamer. And so now if I do that circle type of motion with my thumbstick, I get this endless little sword attack, and then I'll hit A to go back to idle. And so that is a way you can use button combinations as an input inside of MakeCode Arcade.
Okay, and stay tuned for more MakeCode stuff. There's a lot going on, and we'll have even more soon.
Indeed.
All right.
It's blanket time.
Python on hardware news. The big news, it's all big news. But,
so much news.
The big news is we have a 401 beta, and CircuitPython is now so fast that we have multiple graphics. So this is fast Blinka. We also have Blinka with goggles and a rocket pack. Maybe we'll put that in.
This one is nice.
Week.
This is fast Blinka.
But right now, yeah, you can expect 2 to 5 times faster, and display refreshing will be a bit faster too.
Definitely, if you're doing anything with the PyPortal graphics, you've got to try out this new beta one.
So fast.
And then just for basic computation, we've also sped that up. It's just Python running. If all the CPU computation stuff, that's 2 to 5 times faster. So big speed up. So get a lot of functionality in 4.0, and now 4.1 and above, we're speeding things up, fixing bugs.
Okay.
Making better.
Shout out to all the interns at Microsoft Garage and Microsoft Vancouver. They're doing a cool project. So over the summer, there's going to be better, easier, faster ways to use CircuitPython and Visual Studio Code.
Yep.
Now, this is kind of, I think, an enormous trend that's happening. So on Windows, you can now just get Python.
Comes with Windows 10.
Yeah, you can get in the Windows Store, just download it.
And also VS Code is free.
VS Code's free.
Used to be not, now it is.
So they're doing a survey. And the survey, and I'll just read what they posted up. Hello there, we're a group of interns at Microsoft Vancouver working in the garage. We're looking for insights into your experience around physical computing projects, as well as your interest trying out a new method of development for your project. Say goodbye to waiting for your code, to building Pile inside the Arduino IDE with C, C++. Python is here to help. The survey will only take 3 to 5 minutes, and your insights are very valuable to us. I took the survey. It requires no personal information.
I took the survey too.
You can just do this. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. Please, 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 if you use CircuitPython in any way,
These people
fill
want
this
to
out.
do development. They want to make VS Code the best editor for CircuitPython
Yeah.
and Python on hardware. So even if you use MicroPython maybe, or you use
Whatever you do,
whatever, even if you are Arduino, maybe use Platform.io.
Yeah.
They want to know what you like and what works best for you, and any hints and suggestions. This is your chance to give them suggestions before they start writing a lot of code.
Yeah. So you know all the things you don't like about other IDEs? Now's your chance to say,
Or things you do like.
Here's what I want.
Here's what I want. They will listen.
So thank you, Microsoft Garage. Thank you, Microsoft Vancouver.
Some
thank you,
IDE editors
Nina,
don't listen to you.
who got the word out. We have some blog posts and more.
Sweet.
8/8/2019 at CircuitPython Day. We have a lot of stuff going on. Watch the site and more. That is our day that we're doing each year. Maybe we'll change the day, but this one looked super snaky. So we
It's
said,
a snaky. 8/8 is
8/8
so
is
snaky.
what we're going with.
It's the most curves.
Some other events upcoming in July. very soon. Congratulations to Radomir, and every attendee at EuroPython gets a CircuitPython powered Pew Pew badge.
Gamey badge.
Yep.
So it's got up, down, left, right, and A, B buttons, and an 8x8 matrix. So Deshipu has been working so much on all sorts of really cool ways of writing games in CircuitPython, like the stage library and microgame. And what's neat is it works great as a badge, so people can make their own games, share code, plug into a computer, it shows up as a disk drive, drag and drop games back and forth. So I can't wait to see what games come up, and of course this will be on our Blinka download page as well.
Next up, we posted a link to Scott's slides. There is a presentation and all the files from the Python Language Summit from PyCon. You were in a video, Lady Ada.
I was.
This was the video from...
To Faire.
Yeah, it was from the Red Hat Summit where you won that award. And this is me, Adafruit founder, Lamar Freed, Open Source Hardware Revolution, the TFIR, Open Source and Emerging Technologies podcast, video podcast. Some CircuitPython was discussed and more. Other news, and I'll talk about this a bit more, but we have the 4H base kit in our store, which happens to run CircuitPython, and we'll talk about some announcements that 4H and Google made in a little bit. We have Odroid. So this is a guide.
Odroid C2 supports. We're adding more single board Linux computers. All of them are a little bit different, so it's kind of an adventure, but we're making them all supported under the Blinka library, which means all of our CircuitPython libraries work on it. So if you want to use from our Stemma soil sensor to an OLED display to a thermocouple reader, all of the sensors and seesaw boards and crickets, all those will now work using just our plain libraries. You don't have to worry about like weird compatibility layers. It just, plug and play, the same code will run on any Linux computer. So very exciting, and we're just adding boards one at a time. If you have a favorite board, comment up and tell us what board you think we should add next.
Okay, this is, I keep an eye on some of the popular electronic YouTubers, and this is a big deal because there was a video that Andreas did that says, hey, is it time to say goodbye to the Arduino IDE and say hello to MicroPython, CircuitPython? And this video shot up the charts. It's only a few views away from being the #1 video out of all the videos that he did all of the years. So the previous top one was radar sensors, and this one shot up the charts. So that just is a good indicator for us.
350,000 people viewed it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so 350,000 people are interested in Arduino and CircuitPython.
That's right. Well,
Python and hardware.
Well, they're mostly interested in like, oh, cool, like what are the benefits of going to this Python world? And I think a lot of people shared it, and that's why it's popular. Thanks Gizmodo for noticing our PyGamer. So Gizmodo posted up, Adafruit just made it really easy to build your own Game Boy. So they showed all the PyGamer stuff we've been up to.
Yeah. And
they had some examples and linked to all the different things. It is gaming season.
It's gaming season, and this summer is a perfect time. You're out of school. You got MakeCode Arcade, you've got Arduino, you've got CircuitPython, and then there's tons of ways on the desktop with Pico 8 or PyGamer or Love 2D. There's never been a better time to want to design games. You can design games.
Yeah. Okay, next up. In the world of community and people writing software, this is kind of cool. This is a Quick Connect.
This is a quick I2C potentiometer, and this person submitted a CircuitPython library so that you can use both this board, which is the joystick board, and then also the relay board they did yesterday to CircuitPython, and they're in the community bundle. So we have two bundles for our CircuitPython library. The Adafruit bundle, which we maintain and support and add examples, and we make sure with hardware that works. And the community bundle, we'll take almost anybody who wants to submit it to the community bundle, please do. We won't test it, but we'll make sure it passes the basic Travis CI checks that we do. But please submit. If you have your own sensors or devices, give us your libraries. We'll add into the bundle, and we'll automatically generate MPYs for CircuitPython for you.
And this is from 4Stix, F-4Stix on GitHub. Also, I bundled these up. This is from SparkFun. They did a really neat DIY capacitive touch nightlight made with CircuitPython.
Yay! CircuitPython makes projects like this so easy.
Yep. JP was posting up some things that he was doing. This is a MIDI thing that
DIY MIDI Featherwing.
happened to work with Circuit Python and a Feather M4.
Yeah.
Like those big headers.
Using the white headers that we stock now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And then let's see. Also, this was a way to use. This was a community update for Visual Studio.
Yeah.
That someone made.
We're getting there. This is Python, and then there's the REPL, and it's a serial REPL.
Yeah.
So this is good. Please try it out if you're using CircuitPython or MicroPython. You're going to love this. But again, hopefully, we can get some of this code maybe integrated into Visual Studio and well supported on all
And
platforms.
this is from our forums, so if you look for console-based serial terminal for Windows Visual Studio Code, you'll find it. This is neat. This is a home security laser system, and it uses CircuitPython.
Good.
It's a HomeKit compatible laser tripwire, and it uses particle board. This is kind of cool. This is from the Coding Couple, and they made these little cute avatars of themselves, and they also have their name badges. So I've been watching their tweets. So follow it in the newsletter and on our site, and you can see all the things that they're up to. They just got Pi badges and Pi gamers.
Neat.
Split City DIY. This is the IR controlled robot rover, the finale. So this is a multi-part series of videos, and you can check out uses a trinket, it's an IR remote, seesaw, and a custom PCB, and it's coded with CircuitPython. This is from the Advanced Engineering at St. Margaret's School program. They made a display that they program that shows the next highest elevation of the past 4 satellites they're getting images from.
Oh,
So that's
little
really
satellite
neat.
monitor. I like how
Yeah.
they're keeping with the space theme.
Yeah, space. And then this is kind of neat. This is a nightmare
What
for
is
some.
going on?
But this is an animatronic singing skeleton with a cricket, and it's coded in CircuitPython. So I'm going to just play a little bit of the video here.
Have you heard of the ghost of John? Long white bones and the rest are gone.
All right. And then this, I'm interested in different IDEs and what's working out with IDEs.
Is it the KB Toys of IDs? What's going on here?
It's called the KB IDE. It's an open source IDE that supports ESP, IDF, Arduino, and visual programming for the ESP32 boards.
Interesting.
It's at kbide.org, kbide.org. And, I downloaded it real quick. I'm just like, what's going on here? I like that the board manager has photos of all the different boards.
Yeah.
That'd be cool for other IDEs to add.
Neat.
Next up, this is Jupyter Notebooks with the ESP32. This is in MicroPython. There's a bunch of events coming up. We already mentioned EuroPython. That's coming up. The Open Source Summit, that has Python on hardware. Microbit Live 2019, that's coming up. September 13th through 17th. This
This is
event-
UK PyCon?
Yeah, this is PyCon UK. Palladium 2019.
More UK?
We did a by the numbers post. So we have about 60 boards right now that run CircuitPython. We have 15 or so Blinka boards in the Linux SPCs, and then we have over 150, 160 libraries. So things are going pretty good. If you look at circuitpython.org and you go to /downloads or /Blinka, you'll see a lot of stuff. Since I worked on the show, there is more boards. This is circuitpython.org/Blinka. We have all the Raspberry Pi boards in. So things are heating up. Lots of people are using CircuitPython. The classes are still going on with Codecademy if you're interested in taking a course. And that is it for Python on Hardware News
Bam.
this week. Oof,
Killer.
Lots of stuff going on.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay, time travel. Look around the world of makers, hackers, artists, engineers, news that's going on, and more. First up, I mentioned that we're going to talk about some 4-H. This is a big deal. So
Yeah, what happened?
We've been trying to do some 4-H stuff for a while, and it took us about a year. But we had to go through the approval process, had to do a bunch of stuff. But we have a 4-H board now. It's in the store. We have the base packs, the base kits, and while at the same time we didn't know that this was happening, but it's it's exciting. Here's the CEO of Google at a 4-H event,
Yay.
and they're doing a $6 million grant to get computer science to underserved communities and getting 1 million kids interested in computer science.
That's
so
nice.
this is a big deal, and what we hope is, because we have this thing that works with Chromebooks, it works with Python, it works with CircuitPython, works with TinyGo, works with Rust, works with Arduino, works with MakeCode, works with everything. It works with a lot.
Sensors, and we've got tons of projects. Actually,
So-
one of our most popular projects is the soil sensor
So
monitor.
we emailed our contacts. If you're in 4-H or you know people in 4-H, we think now that there's funds, you'll be able to get things like the Circuit Playground Express 4-H edition into your classrooms, courses, and more. However, we'll find out more, and we're going to post. We have a big post about all the details. They're also doing a data center in some rural areas, and they're trying to get jobs for folks out in the world too. So this is good. I think this was Google's biggest investment in youth learning. So congratulations to 4-H, and thank you Google Org Philanthropy Group for doing this. If you're a Discord fan like we are, thank you. We have 12,000 people. But the latest thing is we hit level 2.
Ooh.
That means
What does that mean?
Well, it means that we have to get to level 3, and we passed level 1. But we got 50 more server emojis. We have 256K audio quality. We got a server banner, and now the upload limit for everyone is 50 megabytes, so you can upload stuff. And we
Okay.
already have a little banner, so you can see. And if you haven't already, go to adafruit.it/discord. We put leaks of products that aren't out there. There's real time help that people.
I'm there
are
helping
doing.
people,
Yeah,
giving
cool.
people pointers and links and drop in leaks. It's very
Yeah.
exciting.
So in other news, some Maker news. This is the old ThinkGeek logo, and then this is new ThinkGeek logo. We have a series of posts because we've been following this for a while. So like Hot Topic bought the company,
Yeah.
put on something, and then GameSpot bought up ThinkGeek.
Well, we used to sell stuff on ThinkGeek a long time ago.
We did. We went to the retail store opening. We brought
Yeah.
our team. And what's interesting is ThinkGeek had a pretty big customer base, but once you become a publicly held company or part of one, you can start to see. And it looks like they just ran out of doing business the way they were. So they're folding ThinkGeek into a section on
Yeah.
GameStop. But yeah,
And it was ThinkGeek was part of that weird like /.va Linux.
Yeah.
Like there was this weird like late 90s like Linux.com startup
yeah.
menagerie.
So we're kinda keep an eye on
and
these-
it got spun out and then bought back
Yeah,
up.
so ThinkGeek, they were briefly an Adafruit reseller. They were selling stuff. The only thing I'll say, and this was 2015, was we had to say, hey, like if you don't pay, we can't keep sending you stuff because
Yeah.
they were not great at paying us. So we eventually had to say, hey, like we can't send you stuff anymore. They eventually did.
Yeah.
But it took a while. And then when we
We
were
carried
talking,
like the Y box and the Minty Boost TV Gun. I carried a couple kits.
yeah. And then the team that I talked to, when we said, hey, like, if it's coming up on like 6 months of not getting paid, like, we probably can't have you as a reseller. Their response to me was, well, we can just make an Adafruit anytime you want. So I'm all into that. I hope someone makes an Adafruit so we have a break.
Hell, I don't have to. You would be so awesome if somebody else was doing this.
But this is one of the things that I was always kind of keeping an eye on. And I'm like, well, like maybe ThinkGeek one day is going to make like an electronics store, and that's what they were talking about. But it turns out they didn't.
Turns
do
out they're
that.
not going to do anything.
Okay, and then I just put these two together. So in other news, last week we covered the Make stuff. We had a whole retrospective of Maker Faire and everything. But Mitch Altman, who's been on the show here, and someone we've known for a long time, posted a link to a very, very short survey. There was like 3 questions.
Yeah.
And it was, let's keep the Make magic alive of what we love about Make Magazine and Maker Faire. Care to share your thoughts, feelings by answering a 3-question questionnaire. So we have that linked up on our blog.
Yeah.
And so if you have ideas for Maker, what would you like to see in a Maker Faire or how they can do it, now's your chance.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are interested in carrying it forward.
Make what's a DIY ethos, and we can DIY Maker Fairs. We can
Yeah.
DIY an online magazine, like whatever the community wants to do,
Yeah.
we can do.
And then next up, so Friday night last week at 10 p.m. was the premiere of Savage Builds.
Yep.
But we were doing electronics and building
I
stuff.
know.
But
But then on Sunday,
But you know what's cool is the cable providers and all the people who make television, they make it so you can actually watch it. A long time ago, when Joe Grand was on a show, I forgot the
Prototype
name of it.
This?
Prototype This. There was no way to watch unless you pirated it because we were just always busy.
No, it was like showing it like Wednesday at like 8 p.m. Like, we're doing a show then.
Yeah, and it was only live, and you couldn't download the things. But
Like
the
barbarians.
team, the team, yeah, the team at Discovery did a good job because you can kind of watch it anytime, and then it's also
we streamed
free.
it.
So we watched it. It's an excellent show. And if you're worried about like, well, Make and Maker Faire is gone, it doesn't. There's so many things that are continuing on. So this is a real Maker show. I liked it quite a bit. One of the things that was really neat was the number of 3D prints that they got from the Colorado University of Mines. It's titanium.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil it, but like you really can like try to shoot and blow up titanium and nothing will happen. It was
it's really
impressive.
neat. 3D printing technology and assembly technology, and some people from the Adafruit community, like Jen Schachter, who we've done stuff with in previous years.
Yeah.
She was on the show.
And and then there was also from Gravity Systems, I think it's called, but it's definitely Gravity. They have a jetpack.
Hover jet suit.
A jet suit. So they
It's
eventually.
definitely like very geeky and like very technical, but it's also super fun.
Here's the best part I liked about it. It's unclear what's going to spark someone's imagination about going on that lifelong journey of doing computer science, engineering. I think for young people, this is going to work out.
Because like, what's that 3D printer good for? It's like making an Iron Man
also,
suit.
it's not just watching. Like, I'm going to be Tony Stark and do cutscene and like now a suit comes out. You actually see the entire process that goes into it. And I think a lot of kids are going to be like, if I have the skills, I get to use a 3D printer. I can I can use a jetpack. Like all this is possible now. You actually can make an Iron Man suit, and it kind of does a lot of the stuff that you see in the movies. And this is, I thought, an evolution of Mythbusters. Mythbusters is like, is that real or not? And this is like, we're going to make that thing that we saw. So I thought it was good.
Yeah,
so
natural evolution.
Good work, Adam and team, and everyone who works on the show. And then I have a help wanted thing, and this is for Adafruit this week. I'll get back to regular ones. We are looking for PHP developers. We really want them to be in New York City, but maybe remote would be possible. But we're still trying to. We do relocation for folks in the U.S. But if you know PHP, email apply@adafruit.com. And we'll send over the job description and everything. The Adafruit site runs on PHP, the store. So we're looking for some PHP folks as we grow our team because we ship a lot of orders and we want to continually make our site the best one possible.
And we don't have VC. We're not funded. So you get the flexibility and fun of a startup, but without the excitement and chaos of a startup.
We try to make sure everyone has a good live-work balance. We're not quarterly crunched.
There ain't nothing happening. Friday, 6 p.m., everyone's gone.
Yeah, we make sure of that.
We do that every day at 6 p.m. We're gone.
We have great benefits, and we can send all that over, but email apply@adafruit.com, and we are looking for PHP developers in New York City.
Yep.
Okay. Open source hardware. We are an open source hardware company, as you mentioned.
Is true.
We have 1,896 tutorials. Lady Ada, what's on the big board?
I'd love to tell you. So we've got that Speak and Spell voice project from Phil B. Will show a little video in a moment. This is super fun. So actually dumping the ROM from a TI Speak and Spell and then getting an Arduino to play it. So using Neotrellis, because it already has the button pads ready to go. It's funny, like we didn't think of this back when we did the Neotrellis as AdaBox, but here's a new Neotrellis project. So you can extract all the audio and then play it back by pressing buttons. So it's super fun, and then maybe people can use it to make some other Speak and Spell powered project.
Well, I have a little.
Let's take the video.
Spell laugh. L-A-U-G-H. That is correct.
Okay, good times in the Speak and Spell circuit. We also got the light up prop with a prop maker feather wing from Noah and Pedro. This is a fully 3D printed, not a lightsaber, it's a light up prop sword, and it's not trademarked. And it uses the M4 feather. It's Kattni wrote up the code for this. It's on CircuitPython, and you can make a fully 3D printed extending light up prop sword. You got a great guide from Bill Earl on bootloading basics, which I guess he had a pair of these cool boots, and they're like an Adafruit blue, and he stuffed it full of boards. So you're wondering, like, what is a bootloader? Boards come with bootloaders. When do you need one? Do you have to program one? Should you worry about one? Everything you ever want to know about bootloading is in this multi-page guide, including how to program bootloaders, when they're used, the different kinds you might bump into, and how we use them here at Adafruit. So a good guide for people who see this word and they're like, what is this? And some cool retro photos. We have a really quick guide for people who've asked, hey, I want to add Nitro Boost to my Discord account so I can boost the Adafruit server. And we're like, we kept copying and pasting the same text. We're like, you know what, let's just put up a guide page and we'll just point people to it. So it's very short, but it's exactly how to do it. And when you, if you have Nitro on Discord and if you boost our server, then we get more stuff that then we can use to get you more stuff. So we don't get money or anything. We just get more capabilities.
Someone asked, like, what's the deal with it? Well, for the people who subscribe to like the game section and the things that you can do on Discord, you also get to like essentially gift, like, hey, I like this server. So it allows us to do more things. I wanted the server banner and the higher bit rate and the bigger uploads possible.
Yeah, so our audio chats are.
So I think we're up to 11 or so, but if we get to 50,
wow, that'd
be cool.
It's always
there's always something. There's always another.
If you
level.
have Nitro Boost already, like boost it. Next up, Playa Festival Bike. This is a in-progress guide by Erin. She, is working on a bicycle. So if you're going to Burning Man or some other event where you have a form of non-gaseous transport, a bicycle could do very well. But you want to decorate it. You want to make it special and fun and festive. So she's going through all the things she's doing step by step every week, from painting it to prepping it to adding LEDs. To maybe other electronics or other decorations. So follow along, pick up, a $25 yard sale bike and get it ready for a festival or just riding around your city. It's always fun. We have the AdaBox 12 guide. I want to give it away if you haven't gotten it. I won't say what it is. But if you haven't gotten your AdaBox 12, click on this guide. It will take you to the unboxing, all the parts, as well as some guides and tutorials to get you started with your AdaBox contents. You also have that guide from Melissa on getting the Odroid C2 Linux single board computer working with CircuitPython libraries in Linux. So you can use Python 3 with our 150 plus libraries. You got GPIO and I2C and UART and some demos of how to wire stuff up. So that's all good. You got Trash Panda the game from JP. That was last week's JP's workshop MakeCode arcade game. You play Lynn the panda. We showed you that little video. She has to climb up the UPS building, avoiding bricks and crows while gobbling down pizza. And then when she gets to the top, she wins. So showing you how to build that game, how to make a map, how to do different controls, how to do multiple enemies and power-ups. So more game writing from JP. Also have another guide from Phil B, The Joy of Arcada. This is a reboot of a previous project we had where it was the Joy arcade controller from Noah and Page. This was like a year and a half ago. We redone this project for the Pi Gamer and the Pi Badge, and has still the animations. He goes through the process of making this into an actual gaming. So like, you're not just using the screen to game, but you can plug into your computer and use it to play games on your computer or tablet. And when you press the A button once in a while, Joy says pew pew, which is cute. And then from previous weeks, we had the MCP 9600 I2C thermocouple amplifier guide by Kattni, a really good guide on how to do microcontroller energy budgets. So you have a battery, how much energy do you have in it, how are you going to dole that out to all your components in your project to get the lifetime you need. And then from Dan C, a really beautiful e-ink, e-paper weather station using our Metro Airlift and e-ink shield.
Okay. Some made in New York City factory footage, things that we were doing here. Take it away, Adafruit Factory. And it wouldn't be a main New York City factory footage segment without a sunrise or a sunset from where the pick and places sit and look out the window all day,
There's a crane action going on there.
dreaming about the things we're going to make. Okay, 3D printing. This week, Young Pager have a speed up. They had a break on 3D Hangouts, so that'll be returning next week. But here is speed up. And again, don't forget, next week, 3D Hangouts returns. All right, Lady Ada. Well, before we get to new products and talk about stuff like the airlift shield, you should use that code. These people will be like, thanks for using that code. It's great. I hope you picked up some free stuff, too, while you were using that code that was over there.
10%
Yay, that'd be
off.
wonderful.
They have the shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to do this?
Yes.
All right.
New.
All right, this week, I'm doing this one first because we had it as a coming soon, but it finally arrived.
It finally arrived. We now have the compute kit for Raspberry Pi compute modules, the Raspberry Pi 3 compute modules. So these are using that new, sweet, super fast compute modules. You get the dev board and then 2 modules, a USB cable, and like a little camera adapter. You don't get a power supply, but you basically have everything else you need to get started with the compute module. And the compute module, of course, has a ton more GPIO. So if you do need that, like let's say you want multiple cameras or like multiple displays and you want like GPIO as well, the compute module is where it's at. So this kit gives you everything you need to get started.
We'll make sure it works with Blinka soon, too.
Yes. Next up, we have the TS80 USB soldering iron. So this is a very nice USB soldering iron. We've actually had a bunch of samples for USB soldering irons come through, and we've not stocked them because they did not heat up. And
They were
didn't get hot
terrible.
enough. They're terrible. So this one's actually really nice. It's a little expensive, but believe me, it's worth it. This is the nicest USB soldering iron I've seen. The trick is it uses Quick Charge 3, which is a standard that allows you to plug into one of these adapters that's QC compatible, and you will get 9 or 12 volts out, not just 5 volts. So 5 volts, you're not going to get enough current from a 5 volt 2 amp power adapter or 1 amp power adapter. You need 20 watts to really get going. And so this adapter, it comes with the USB-C. It comes with a USB-C cable and goes to this quick charge adapter, which you can then use to charge, of course, your own USB devices, no matter what. But it's not too big of an adapter. The other, skinny style pen type soldering station from these folks, I thought the power adapter was so chunky. This one has a nice silicone cable, so this is really flexible, and it's heat resistant. And the pen soldering station is also quite nice. It's very slim. It's easy to hold. The whole thing packs down quite small. So you plug into the USB-C port on the end here. So bam, do that. And then I'm going to plug this in. So give me a moment. Okay, so I plugged that into my power, and it comes up with a little OLED display, so you can like set the temperature and stuff. But for now, I'm just going to heat it up. So you can see this is heating, and it heats up quite fast. I mean, it takes about 20 seconds to get up to temperature.
So would you use this every day? This is a question.
You could use this every day. I personally have, a really nice Metcal station.
Let's say if I took that away from you.
Yeah, I could
And I
absolutely
hit
use
it.
this. Yeah, this is totally fine.
I'm like, you
What's
don't know
nice
where it is.
it has a very light pen, which is something that, a lot of plug-in soldering stations don't have. This is very light, and the cable is very flexible.
Okay.
And it heats
that.
up, and it melts very nicely. We'll say that the one thing that is a little to watch out for, it's not a big deal, but the tips are not Hacko compatible because they wouldn't fit on such a skinny end.
What replacement tips would you use if you needed to replace?
Well, the tip will last a very long time because it's a high quality tip, but from the same company, from Min. But this is it's really wonderful. It has even the voltage, and whether it's heating or not.
We have a bin of shame, which is like every crummy USB soldering
even
iron.
ones from big companies like Weller, they were no good. But this is a very nice soldering station, a portable soldering iron, and you can power it from USB. Comes with an adapter, and I love it. It's worth it. I think if you want a portable iron, this is pretty good.
Next up, this is neat.
Yeah, you asked for this.
Yep.
So what's your thoughts on this?
Here's the thing. There's a bunch of single board computers, and they don't do anything until HDMI is plugged in. But you don't want to plug in HDMI all the time. You just want to SSH in this thing and set up your blockchain and stuff. So this will help you do that. Yeah,
this is it's tricking GPUs into thinking that a 4K HDMI display is plugged in. It's really just an I2C EEPROM attached to the HDMI I2C pins, and it has the EDID in it.
Yeah.
But you know what? If you need this thing, we have this thing.
Yep. Okay, next up.
Next up, we have a 4H themed Circuit Playground Express, which you've seen a couple weeks ago, but now we have a base kit to go with it. So you get a pack. It comes in a nice box. You get AAA batteries, a USB cable, USB-A to micro B cable, the Circuit Playground Express, of course, and a battery pack with a switch. So what's nice about this is that you get that 4H branding, but you're ready to go out of the box. You plug it in, you can make it portable. It doesn't come with any alligator clips for other components. This is kind of the minimum necessary to get you going, but this will definitely get you going.
All right, next up.
Next up, we have the motor bonnet for Raspberry Pi. So we've taken a lot of our hats and turned them into bonnets, just shrinking them down. So they fit in the same size as a Raspberry Pi Zero, but they're also good for use with a Raspberry Pi 3. It does not need to be used on only a Pi Zero. It just happens to be the same size and shape. And it's backward compatible with our existing hat. You can run 2 steppers or a stepper and a motor, and I have a live demo I can show. So the motors can run from 5 to 12 volts. So you see it's plugged in here on top of a Pi Zero W. I have a stepper motor connected to the stepper port over here. And I have a DC TT motor over here. And then to power, I'm going to plug into this power adapter that's going into the 5 to 12 volt motor power. When you plug it in, see the motor start turning. So it's super easy to get 4 DC motors or 2 stepper motors or 1 stepper, 2 DC motors going. It's got full PWM speed control, so this will speed up and slow down. So for robotics projects or you're making a little robot or mechatronics, it's really easy, and it comes fully assembled now. So in comparison to the hat, this version has all the terminal blocks and the plug-and-play header. Let me grab one. It comes fully assembled like this, so no soldering is required. There's I2C addresses you can change if you want to stack multiple motor hats. If you want to control like 5 to 10 stepper motors, that's fine. Just keep stacking them up. And then you just have to power each one. But it's very easy to get steppers and motors going, and we have CircuitPython code for both. So try it out, and if you want a super teeny motor controller, the motor bonnet's your friend.
Okay, and next up, the star of the show tonight, besides the community and you, Lady Ada, and it happens to be the name of the code.
Which is?
Well, Airlift Shield.
Airlift Shield. So the Airlift is our ESP, is the name for our ESP32 Wi-Fi coprocessor. It's actually using the Nina firmware from Arduino, but it's not a Nina module, so we want to kind of just make sure it's clear that it's not a Nina module, it's an ESP32. And the firmware running on this basically takes care of all the Wi-Fi communication you could ever need, of SSL certificates, so you can do TLS connections. It does sockets, so you can grab website data or JSON data. I could stream MP3 data from MP3 service, whatever you want. I've done a whole bunch of projects with this module, and it worked great. The data is transmitted over SPI. It comes in little packets. As long as you get good power going to the ESP32, you can transfer quite a bit of data very efficiently. And we have it was used in the Pi portal first, and that was quite popular. And then we did Metro M4 Airlift, which had the Metro M4 plus the Airlift module. And now we have a Shield version. We also had the Featherwing. So you can plug this on top of any Arduino.
Anything that looks like an Arduino, and it also
shape.
ends up being cheaper than getting one of the things that have like Wi-Fi built in. Which
It
is
might,
cool.
yeah, because it's just, whatever, $15, you plug it in.
Yeah.
It uses SPI and a couple pins. You can use it with the something as light and small and inexpensive as the Arduino Atmega 328, the Arduino Uno incompatibles. However, you're not going to have a lot of RAM with those, so you can basically do some basic connection stuff, but you're really going to want to upgrade to the Metro M0 SAMD21 or Arduino Zero,
Yeah.
or the even better is the Metro M4, which has a ton of RAM, so you can read tons of JSON data and parse it. And
Use
not
Metro
gonna-
M4 in this, and your life will be
you're
better.
golden. You're going to be so happy because you can just buffer like 250 kilobytes of data and do whatever you want with it. That said, it does work on the smaller boards. You can actually use it. It comes with level shifting circuitry. It comes with a micro SD socket, so you can store data or data log. Little RGB LED. Just plug and play, solder on the headers, and plug it on. And we've got Arduino code for it, so you can use the Arduino library. If you want to use it with CircuitPython, you'll need a Metro M4. It definitely doesn't run on the M0. You need a ton of RAM to do Wi-Fi stuff and internet stuff with CircuitPython because it buffers a lot of data. And but for that, we also have CircuitPython code as well. So basically, Wi-Fi for everybody with this new Airlift Shield.
Okay, that's new products.
Best new products. Let's zoom through them fast.
Okay, let's do a recap.
Round up, recap. We now have in stock the Raspberry Pi Compute Module Kit. Comes with 2 compute modules and the dev board. Just add a power supply and you're good to go. We have from Min the TS80 USB-C powered soldering iron. Actually works great. It's the first USB soldering iron that passes my approval. Heats up in like 20 seconds, and it even comes with a USB-C power supply, USB power supply to go to the USB-C connector. This HDMI Phantom device, you plug it in and makes your computer think there's a 4K display plugged in. Good for activating your single board computer or GPU. The Circuit Playground 4H edition now comes in a base kit, so you can get all things you need to get started: battery pack, USB, and Circuit Playground Express 4H edition, all in one handy box. The motor bonnet for Raspberry Pi lets you control up to 2 steppers, unipolar or bipolar, as well as up to 4 DC motors, all with PWM control. We have support in CircuitPython and Python 3 for this. Plug into any Raspberry Pi or any Raspberry Pi compatible pinout board, and you can use our CircuitPython library to control motors. And it's so small. It comes fully assembled. And the the Airlift Shield works with any Arduino or Metro shaped boards from the Atmega 328 up to the Metro M4, which is our recommended chipset, and it gives you secure Wi-Fi plus a micro SD card addition, so you can make your project Wi-Fi and IoT connected. That's new products. Zoom.
Okay. If y'all want, you can head over to adafruit.it/discord.
Yeah,
start putting up some of your questions.
questions.
But we're going to do top secret while you're heading over there
Okay.
from the vault.
From the vault.
Okay. So here's the first thing. It's kind of out, but we'll do this. This is like one of the shortest deaths of Lady Ada's. It's 39 seconds, and it's showing the first round of getting turtle graphics on a Adafruit device using CircuitPython. So we're going to show that off first. Okay, Lady Ada, what is this?
Do you remember Logo from when you were a kid? Well, now you can use Logo on your Pi Gamer or any other CircuitPython board with a display I/O. I've ported the CPython Turtle library, which is a Logo implementation, so you can make beautiful graphics like this. Pen up, pen down, forward, left, right.
Okay, and since this is CircuitPython, can you restart this graphic
Yeah.
so we can watch it draw?
I will do that right now.
And that's just...
Boom. Yeah, and you can see the
the
little
ruffle.
turtle. The little,
Yeah.
the white square is a turtle.
Okay, cool.
And drawing.
And next up, this is kind of our big top secret. A lot of people are excited about this. This is the Circuit Playground Express Bluefruit Edition. It has an MRF 52840. Working on the prototypes. We got it going. Here's an iPad.
Barely, I got it, but I got it connecting. It works.
And here's a video of us getting it going. So we're gonna let past
Rev
us
A.
do the talking.
Go past me.
Ada, what is this?
Hey, this is the new Circuit Playground. We're making it bigger, better, wirelesslier. This version has an NRF 52840, and you see no wires, just running off the battery. First prototype.
Yeah.
Let's try it out with the Adafruit Bluefruit Connect app.
Okay.
So we'll go to this board, Bluefruit 52, connect. It's connected, and then we can go to the controller.
Yeah.
Let's go to the color picker, and then you want to make the LEDs red?
Yeah. Do red.
You got red.
That's
We only
nice.
have 3 LEDs soldered on,
okay.
but still. Green, blue, purple, wireless,
this is wireless.
yellow.
This is wireless.
Let's go
Oh my
back to
God.
red. Let's go back to green. Can't take it. So yeah, this
Okay.
is our first demo.
right, so we're
Getting all the
working on this.
sensors working, LEDs, got some prototypes built. This chip is very exciting, AQFN chip. But first rev so far brought up and is working. So it's good news for Team Adafruit.
And we're not going to answer any questions about this because it's not out yet, but I will say this. Our goal is, much like microbit got 1 million microbits out there, we want to, we know that there's kids with crummy computers. We know there's schools that have iPads. We know there's some with Chromebooks. We know that sometimes you'll have USB, sometimes you'll only have Bluetooth. We know that Python is one of the most popular languages out there. We know that everyone wants to do sensors. They want to do IoT.
Yeah.
So Circuit Playground Bluefruit Edition is one of our big bets, and we think it's going to be as big of a seller, if not more, than just Circuit Playground and Circuit Playground Express. So we're getting ready. It's going to take a while, but we're working on it.
Yep.
And then last up, you're working on this, and we had posed a question. What do people think this is? What could it be used for? Why would you want two LCDs? What is this thing?
What is this thing?
What is this?
I don't know.
This? Okay.
It's not out yet. Don't
Yeah,
ask.
it's not out yet. Okay,
All
back
right,
in the vault.
Back in the vault with you. You have any questions? Or
Yeah,
you just give
there's
away?
going to be some lined up.
Okay.
So put your questions in the chat, adafruit.it/discord, and we're going to answer some questions, and we're going to do a giveaway, then we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what questions came in. Someone want to know, is there... I saw this, it was just a little bit... It was a few... can you get a 2x20 pogo pin header?
Pogo pins only come individually. So you'll have to, you'd have to place one at a time.
Okay. Does anyone know any documentation on the 850L... 8501R1?
8051, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. 8501?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Inferno for you. Maybe you can let us know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you flux the bottom of boards for selective soldering?
Yes, there's a fluxer.
There is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It sprays flux and then it's in a nitrogen environment. It's very hard to get such good solder.
Okay. I always wanted to order from Adafruit, but I don't understand how they ship. Is it bi-weekly? No.
We ship the same day.
It ships sometimes in hours and minutes. You might be thinking about AdaBox, which ships quarterly.
Yeah.
But Adafruit orders, if you say next day air and you order it before 11, it'll go out
You'll get there
same day.
next day, yeah.
Yeah. We're known for our fast shipping. Back in the day, when we applied for the Google Trusted Stores,
Yeah.
we had to show how fast an order came in and how fast we shipped it.
Yeah.
And they would audit like thousands of orders, and they approved
They
those.
actually check the
Then they
tracking
made it
number.
easy for everyone because it was so
Yeah,
hard.
I
But
know.
we had to go through that in matter of minutes for orders. Okay. Let's see. Maglev board. Oh, the MOS processor is what they were saying. You know
Dude,
anything
I
about
have
that?
no idea.
Okay. Let's see if there's any other questions in the different chats. Nope, got that one. That one. That one.
Easy peasy.
Oh, we're also someone had asked, where do we broadcast? So we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer. I think that's all of them. Yeah. Oh, that chip they were talking about, it's a Commodore Plus 4 CPU chip.
I really don't know. I've never even
It's
used
probably some weird forum that's hard to find.
That's something you got to go look online for.
That one's a hard one to just Google around for.
Sorry.
Okay. Any plans to bring on other SDR products?
We're always looking for good SDR products. We just we recently added a bunch of stuff from Great Scott Gadgets. They're the 500, the Ant 500, and the I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, we do. We just want to make sure that it's got good documentation. It's easy to use. That's important to us because there's a lot of stores that just it's just SDR land. We want to make sure this is SDR for people who aren't maybe ham experts.
Okay. What's a good way to make a feather if the chip is thicker than the standard?
I mean, if the chip is bigger than the feather, you could have it on the side. You just want to make sure the headers are in the same place. You could have it sticking out the end.
Okay.
A lot of options.
This is kind of a repeat of the question, but would you use that soldering iron as your daily driver?
I would. It's actually a very good iron. It's surprisingly good. It doesn't come with a stand, so you'll need a stand, but it's very light. It heats up incredibly fast. But absolutely, right now, because I have such a good iron for my main iron, I would probably use it for like a toolbox. Like I'm often sometimes like, you have to go to an event or something, and like you don't want to haul your freaking Weller station. This is a really good toolbox or portable. Or like when I did go to events like Burning Man, and I'd have to bring an iron. We'd sometimes use a gas iron, which they're good, but having something like this would be way better.
Okay, and then the last question. Someone wants to show the data of a serial monitor on Adafruit.io, what their feather has but they don't know how to do it. We do have guides on that, so check out learn.adafruit.com.
There's a serial monitor guide.
Okay.
For sure.
I'll do one question. How does a warp engine work? Not that great. Just like transporters don't work. Like every other episode is like on
it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Takes you back in time. Duplicates someone. Gets you into another universe. Goes too fast. Goes too slow. Ran out of crystals. So it seems like
not well.
seems like not so great.
Not so great.
Okay, let's do a giveaway.
Okay.
What do you want to give away tonight?
We're gonna give away one of these soldering irons.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, these are handy. So
Okay.
we'll get the soldering iron, the power supply, and the cable.
What are the rules?
Rules are if you've won some before, you can't win again. Only one winner per my lifetime. The first person to call the phone number and answer the magical questions will win a product number 4244.
Yeah.
This is the phone number. The magical questions I'm going to ask are what's your name and where you're calling from. And, I'm going to say ahoy ahoy.
Super easy.
Which was the original, before hello, it was ahoy ahoy. That way you know it's me
Yeah.
when you call his phone. So call his phone number, you get a free portable
Yeah.
USB
The
soldering
person who
iron.
said the holodeck is worse, you're right, it is.
Holodeck is always a constant
That
problem.
was fast. Okay.
Because people want this iron.
All right.
You ready?
Oop, they hung up.
They didn't. They hung up. Gotta ring twice. It's gotta ring twice.
You gotta try
Meanwhile,
it. All right.
check this out. This is
You want to see that? We might show some stuff off. Oh, look at this. That's logo. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll put the phone number back up.
Okay, wait. Here you
try
go.
it again.
Here you go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
2 rings. 2 rings. Okay. Ahoy, ahoy. Ahoy, ahoy. Congratulations. You've called into Ask Engineer and you've won the trivia question. Well, you will. What's your name and where you're calling from?
My name's Alex. I'm calling from Rockwell, Texas.
Well, congratulations, Alex from Texas. You have won a free portable USB soldering iron. Wow, amazing. Free stuff. It's so great.
All right.
All right, Alex, what's a project you're working on or you want to work on?
Well, I've got like the Raspberry Pi, and I'm looking to do some stuff with OpenCV. So some image recognition stuff.
Okay. Sounds good. Detect cats, people, raccoons,
just
whatever.
like a cheap Ring doorbell kind of thing.
Nice.
That's kind of what I'm looking at.
Well, that sounds so cool. Please come by the show and tell after you built it. We'd love to see a live demo of this Raspberry Pi Ring clone. You can also hook it up to Adafruit.io if you want to send image data there. So you got so many choices. And maybe you'll even solder
Okay.
stuff together with this free soldering I'm going to send you. All you have to do is email support@adafruit.com, support@adafruit.com, and say, hey, it's Alex from Texas. Send me a product number 4244, and they will.
All right. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Oh, have a wonderful night, Alex.
Hey, thanks.
Good night. So easy. Free stuff. All you have to do is call.
Okay. Well, that's our show for tonight, Lady Ada. That's it. Thanks, everybody. Special thanks to all the Adafruit community members, all the folks in Discord, the community moderators, the helpers, and more. Let's see.
Any other last?
Yeah, I want to thank, let's see who's in the chat. Jessie May, who's in the Adafruit Slack, helping out behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Justin, Tyler, Sheehan, Adam, who are the team that does I/O and Learn. They happen to be visiting in town, so special thanks. Everyone is shy and doesn't want to be on the show, so we're doing the show, but they're around.
It's
And
okay.
We'll be hanging out with them
They
tomorrow.
They're the engine behind the show. We couldn't do
Yeah,
it
they're
without
like, we're going to make the Learn Adafruit and the I/O Adafruits. Y'all do the show Adafruits.
I do the show fruits.
Yeah, we'll do the show fruits.
And the hardware fruits.
So that's pretty much everything. Thank you, everyone who's purchased something or going to purchase something. The code is Airlift Shield all the way up to 11:59 p.m. tonight, or when I remember to turn it off. We'll see everybody next week. That's it.
Thanks, everybody.
8 p.m. Ask an Engineer, 7:30 p.m. Show and tell.
We have some great guests coming
Guests next
in.
week. It is Epic Guest Week.
Guest week.
So we'll have a lot of videos posted with guests.
Thanks, everybody.
Here is your moment of Zener.
Happy summer.